Hello everyone. I'm continuing with the common African superstitions. Now this is part 4 if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, I'm going to talk about human actions or behavior. You see, when children are sweeping in the afternoon, sometimes when like some kids are just playing around and then they start sweeping in the afternoon. In Southern Africa, it's believed that when kids are sweeping in the afternoon or during midday, they're actually sweeping out guests. That means guests or visitors are just gonna come from nowhere. So you see, it's like parents or people who are in charge of looking after the house, they get angry, especially when it's like mid-month and they don't have a budget for visitors. They tell the kids, no, do not sweep because you're sweeping, you're sweeping out guests. It's one of those crazy superstitions, but actually a lot of people believe that. Anyway, the next one is sweeping a house at night. You see, when you're sweeping a house at night, in Southern Africa, it's believed that you're actually sweeping away the wealth. You see, it's like you're literally sweeping the wealth away. And a lot of parents, a lot of older people, elderly, they get very angry when anyone is sweeping the house at night. You see, I think the superstition, when I thought about it, I looked at it, analyzed it, I realized that, when you sweep at night, that means that like the dust or whatever particles are being swept, they're in the air, you see. So it's like they can affect you, they can make you sick, they can bring about some ill health. So I'm thinking the people who came up with this superstition, they were trying to deter people from like sweeping at night, because you're gonna sleep and then all that dust is gonna be all over your body, which is gonna bring about ill health. So I think wealth in this circumstance, in this situation, is associated with being healthy. You see, that's why they say you should not sweep your house at night. And then the next one is jumping over someone. When you're young in Southern Africa, they'll tell you do not jump over someone, because they say if you jump over someone, that other person is not going to grow. So you're actually supposed to reverse. So if you jump over someone, you're supposed to go back and reverse it so that they can still be able to grow. But I think the elders came up with the superstition because they did not want children to be playing, or young people to be playing all these risky games, because jumping over someone, that's very risky. Somebody could get hurt easily. So I think that's what they were trying to avoid with this superstition. Anyway, there's a weird one in Malawi. It's believed that when a woman is ovulating, they should not actually put salt in food. Let's say they're cooking, they shouldn't put salt in the food. So the woman would have to call a child or somebody else to actually put salt in the food. I don't really know what happens when the woman puts salt in the food, but they're not supposed to do that when they're ovulating. And it's crazy, it's weird like that. There's another one which is very popular in Southern Africa, that like when you're in a room and people are talking and everyone is engaging in conversation, and then the room just goes quiet. There's like a sudden silence. It's believed that a spirit has just passed by. It could be an evil, it could be a good spirit, but like apparently when everybody just goes quiet, that means the spirit is passing by. That's why everybody just went quiet and was not saying anything. And there's another popular one, in most parts of Africa, a lot of people suffer from malaria. So they say that like parents will tell you, oh, don't play in the rain, because the rain it causes malaria and stuff like that. This is not scientifically true, because malaria obviously is caused by the Anopheles mosquito, which when it bites you, it's a female mosquito. That's what happens. But I'm thinking the rain is just, it can cause a fever or a cold. So not necessarily malaria, but just a fever. But the superstition actually believe that it actually causes malaria. Anyway, I'm gonna stop here for this video, and I'm gonna come up with some more. Like I keep saying, there's an ebook I wrote. It's called Common African Superstitions. You should check it out. It's very informative. You're gonna love the read, and it's not expensive. It's only 40 rand. It's about $2. I'm going to leave the link in the video description, and any contact details, and comment, subscribe, and ask any questions that you want to ask. If you didn't understand anything, let's engage. Let's talk about this African superstitions. Let's talk about some of the things that people believe in. Peace, love, and happiness. Thank you for watching.